How are scalpers and streamers able to get 15,000 packs of the new Pokemon card set and you can't get any? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr.Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, that there is an awesome plan for your life. So today I want to dissect how scalpers and streamers are able to flaunt thousands and thousands of packs. In this specific situation, we're going to talk about a guy that got 15,000 Journey Together packs 5 days before release. How are they able to do that when people like you and me struggle to get packs? Yes, I struggle to get packs. If I'm lucky, I can get my hands on an ETB or two, but this is a crazy time. So let's look at this. We have this picture right here that was posted 5 days before the release of Journey Together. I actually got a hold of it Sunday night. I was going to make a video on it Monday morning, and then all the destined rivals insanity happened yesterday. But right here, you see 15,000 packs of Journey Together available. We are still 5 days away from early release. Meet up in the area that he's in. $9 a pack, 1,000 pack minimum. So old boy wants you to spend a minimum of $9,000 with him. And yeah, he's definitely selling exclusively to streamers. All box toppers have been sold. If you're unaware of this set has a Journey Together stamp restaurant promo, which it does. So that lets us know that he probably got them all from booster boxes and then sold the box toppers. And you can see right there, just bins and bins of loose packs. They're even still kind of like, some of them are even kind of like nice and straightened up, like they just got dumped out of a booster box. There's a lot going on here. We're going to talk about how this is possible and why you should stay away from listings like this, even besides the fact that they're $9 a pack, which is wild. There's some actual practical reasons why you should stay away from stuff like this. First, I want to go off and say this is not bots. When I talk about stuff like this, you get a lot of people in the comments that think they know everything about everything. And they're like, well, it's bots, you moron. Duh. They're botting the system. No. This is 15,000 packs that came from 416 booster boxes. We're assuming booster boxes because he talked about the Reshiram promo. You're not getting 416 booster boxes 5 days before release from bots. If you're using bots, you're only able to really bot Walmart, Target, retail outlets that are selling these products. You're not getting this many boxes that far before release. That's not bots. If this was 5 days after release, then I'd say, yeah, maybe it could possibly be bots. So there's two other possible ways. One is that this is a possible deal with a large store that gets large allocations. And what do I mean by this? There are stores out there that get huge allocations. I know some of the stores in my area and in other parts of the country really well that do this, that get large allocations, but they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to be in the public eye. They don't want to get accused of being scalpers. So they make secret deals with other people and other streamers. Hey, Jim Bob. Yeah, I got 2,000 boxes of Journey Together in my allocation. I tell you what, if I give you 1,000 of them and you sell them for $250 a box, we'll split the profits on it. We'll both make a lot of extra money. You want to do that? That happens all the time. Lots of backdoor deals like that. So the store stays out of the public eye. The streamer who really doesn't do anything but have a pulse and a phone and streams in crappy potato quality makes a killing, and then they split, and it's a win-win for everybody except for the consumer, right? That is one possible situation. And I know this happens because I have been approached to do those deals before, and I have refused doing that because I am wholly against selling things at inflated prices to my following and to my viewers that has just released. But that is one possible way. This possibly could be that this guy has a deal with a large store and they're working together for him to sell the product and them to actually split the profits. The other possibility, it looks like this guy's actually a Whatnot streamer. He streams with another Whatnot account. There's a bunch of accounts that have tons of streamers under them, and it seems like he's one of those streamers. Now, all of their reviews look great. Doesn't look like they're scamming anybody from what I can tell, yada, yada, yada. We're not trying to dox anybody. We're trying to educate today, okay? So it looks like he might be a Whatnot streamer. So what I'm assuming, and this is one that is definitely possible too, is that the company that he's streaming for or somebody in that company or umbrella actually has distribution access. And before you say, well, streamers can't get distribution access, yes, they can. It happens from time to time where distribution accounts or these distribution companies will open access to streamers and breakers because they have to have a certain quota of accounts that they're selling to. These people that are the sales reps for these distro accounts, some of them work on commission. You think they're going to not take money? If just because, hey, this streamer over here is willing to buy $500,000 of product every 6 months, but there's no other stores that they're going to take the account if they need the account. So it's definitely possible that this guy is linked up with somebody that has a distribution account, either under the Whatnot profile he streams from or whatever it is, and hence he was able to get 416 or 415 boxes of Journey together 5 days early and flex a 15,000 pack picture that he wants you to spend a minimum of $9,000 with him. So those are the ways that we can see that streamers and scalpers can get this much product when people like you and me, and yes, again, I say people like you and me, and people comment, well, you're not like me, you and me, you're a YouTuber. I am a YouTuber, but I'm not getting a ton of free product. I don't have people sending me cases and cases of stuff. I have one or two people that I might be able to call and be like, hey, can I get an ETB to open in a video for MSRP that'll help me out? That's the extent of how my clout reaches. But you have people like this doing stuff like this, and those are a couple of the ways that it can actually happen that people like us just don't have access to. Now, there are some issues with sales like this, and some major reasons you should stay away from purchases like this outside of the obvious that it's $9 a pack and they want you to spend $9,000. Now, we're going to preface, I have no proof that any of this is actually happening. I've seen nothing to indicate that there's any nefarious activity going on with this seller. I'm just going to give you examples of what potentially could happen when you have somebody selling 15,000 loose packs like this, or 1,000 loose packs, or whatever it is, that's not some big, large store with a really, really good reputation. So the obvious issue is the prices are $9 a pack. You have to spend $9,000. That's way outside of what a lot of people are able to do. But on top of that, they're all loose packs. There's always an inherent risk with loose packs like this because you don't know, have they been tampered with? You don't know exactly what the situation is with these packs. And the fact that we know that the Reshiram promos were taken out of the boxes and sold separately, that means that lets us know that they all came out of booster boxes. You don't know. Again, I'm not saying if this seller has actually done this, but you don't know if those packs are dead packs. Well, what are dead packs, Will? Dead packs is when you take booster boxes and you open the booster box until you get the one good big hit. Each English booster box is typically seeded with one really good hit. That's just how it goes. So you could open a booster box, open 6 packs, hey, get the big hit, and then everything else is dead. It might have some EX cards or some few, $1 or $2 cards, but you've got the big hit, the pack's dead. Now you open the next box. You open 12 packs this time, then you get the big hit. Now you have 24 dead packs, and you do that over and over and over and over and over. You get all the big hits, and then you have all the dead packs, and then you sell the dead packs to schmucks for $9 a piece, or $9,000 for 1,000 packs, and they go to Whatnot, and they stream it, and none of their buyers actually get anything because now they're charging $12 a pack so they can actually make a profit. You see the problem? Again, I have to say this for the third or the fourth time because you got to repeat yourself 20,000 times before people actually hear what you're saying. There is no indication that this seller is doing these nefarious things. I'm just bringing examples of why it's not wise to purchase from sales posts like this that are tons and tons and thousands of loose packs, why there are risks with that. Now, there is a lot going on in this hobby, and there's a lot of speculation, and people are running around saying, hey, this is good. The market is healthy. The market is good. Yeah, the market's healthy and great for everybody except for the people that just want to be able to open cards and collect packs, and rising tides rise all ships. Yes, 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 blah, 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 blah. But here's what's going on. Here's why things are so crazy, right? There is an increased demand. Yes, there are a lot of scalpers, increased amount of scalpers. Yes. Anybody that's telling you the only reason this is happening is because there's a ton of demand is wrong. Anybody that's telling you the only reason this is happening is because there's too many scalpers is wrong. It's both. Both and or at the same time, it's a symbiotic relationship. There is a massive demand for Pokemon right now. Because there is a massive demand, scalpers come in to fill that demand and make money. because there are a lot more people coming in that are scalpers, i.e. resellers, to buy more product, to aggressively buy more product, to stream and aggressively stream and buy more product. Because there's more people doing that, there is less product available. Because there is less product available, the demand increases even more. Because the demand increases even more people come in to sell. Blah, 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 around in a circle. It's this crazy symbiotic cycle that won't stop until something breaks, until a set comes out that nobody wants, until a set comes out that's printed to high heaven, whatever the case may be, to stop that symbiotic cycle. That's why this is happening. It's not just because of demand, and it's not just because of scalpers. I get really tired of hearing people only focus on one or the other. It's you guys, it's not because there's a lot of scalpers. It's just because there is unprecedented demand, or it's not about the demand. There's just greedy scalpers coming in, taking everything up. No, you're both wrong. It's both and. It's a symbiotic relationship, and it all just goes around in a crazy cycle until something changes to break that cycle. When's that cycle going to break? I don't know. It ain't going to break with Destined Rivals because Destined Rivals is crazy. It's probably not going to break until 2026 after the 30th anniversary. But encouragement for you guys. I want to bring this information because so you can be educated. If you're educated, you can make better choices with your buying and your collecting. And if you're able to make better choices with buying and collecting while things are crazy like this, you can find ways to still enjoy the hobby. It might not be to the extent that you normally would enjoy the hobby, but you can still find ways to enjoy it until things get back to a place where you can do the way you wanted, buy 10 ETBs and rip them all on release day or whatever the case may be. There are ways to still enjoy. Go play the TCG, collect singles, build binders, go to trade shows, actually meet other Pokemon people in person and have a lot of fun. But stay away from listings like this where people are selling thousands and thousands of loose packs. There's too many risks, and that's how scalpers and streamers are able to get massive volumes of packs 5 days early, 7 days early before we can get any, if we can get any. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, my friends. That's free, and it really helps a whole lot. YouTube says you'll like that video. Go watch it next, and like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.